Et ben salut tout le monde, c'est Fabien. Aujourd'hui on se retrouve pour la suite de Xenoblade Chronicles sur la Wii U. Et donc on continue, on est toujours au chapitre 1. On doit aller des armes qui se trouvent juste derrière moi. Voilà, on va y aller de ce pas. C'est là attendez. Ça doit être ça. Ah ok. Ok, c'est bon.
So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell? Huh? Oh, right, the door. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
La tour Blade, ok. Alors, aller à l'entrée de la tour Blade dans le quartier administratif de New LA, qui se trouve évidemment à l'opposé. Non, je pense pas, c'est par là, c'est ici. Faut sortir en fait. Oh une aurore boréale, c'est joli. On va aller voir si c'était là. Bah non, faut aller là alors. Ah là, il faut y aller ici.
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chasson, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So,
Magnifique.
What do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision. In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
Ok, mission principale terminée. Donc on a terminé le chapitre 1. Et donc on doit aller voir le général Nagi, c'est ça? On va passer au chapitre 2 si je comprends bien. Les données de sauvegarde. Oui, j'ai sauvegardé, oui, c'est obligé. Alors, on doit aller rejoindre. Bah, ça tombe bien, on est juste devant, donc on y va. On doit rentrer au Blade. Non, à mon avis, c'est pas par là qu'il faut aller. Ah, c'est un peu plus loin. Ok, oh, attendez, je me trompe de sens, ça va pas le faire, par ici.
Yeah.
Je pense que c'est par là. Effectivement, c'est par là. Oh. Entrez dans la caserne du Blade. Un petit temps de chargement.
we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment.
What in the hell are we waiting for?
As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
Voilà, on fait quoi? Regardez Nagui dans les yeux et acquiescer de façon décidée. Ou alors hausser les épaules et secouer la tête. On va accepter, de toute façon on est obligé. Allez, non, on n'est pas obligé, mais on a un choix, mais on va accepter. C'est le but du jeu et c'est le but du pétro. Ouais.
I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization. Elma, he can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
On pourrait faire un choix en fait, on pourrait refuser et se démerder tout seul quoi.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments. Together, they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the east gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Emma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe!
Ok. Mission principale, chapitre 2. Alors, juste pour vous dire que le petit logo, bon, je sais pas si vous le verrez avec le logo qui bougera pendant le montage, mais il y a un logo avec une caméra avec des flèches, ça veut dire que ça veut dire qu'on est dans une phase cinématique, donc on peut que bouger la caméra pour voir bien comme il faut, mais on peut pas bouger le perso. Donc là, est-ce qu'on a terminé le chapitre 2 ou est-ce qu'on commence le chapitre 2? Chapitre 2, ok, la nouvelle frontière. Alors on a 4 choses à faire, donc on va déjà sortir. Je visite, hein, je connais pas encore la base. Ok. Non, pas par ici. Plutôt par ici qu'on sort. Alors faut suivre la flèche, hein, bien entendu. Allez Jean-Michel, plus vite que ça là. Temps de chargement là, avec la Wii U, hein, je vous raconte pas.
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the west gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
Ok, laissez entendre qu'il s'agit d'Elma et vous. Fanfaronner. Ou avancer qu'il s'agissait sûrement d'Irina et Gwen. Suggéré. Allez.
Seriously? That was you? Cool.
I don't think so. Those Grexes we took down were fairly routine. Definitely not something they'd lock both gates over, at least.
Then I take my cool back. But wait a sec. You guys fought Grexes? The two of you? Hey, it's still pretty cool. They've been hassling a lot of teams lately, especially how they hunt in packs and all.
Let's not get too excited. Confidence can be good. Overconfidence can be fatal, especially when you're new.
Yeah, you're right.
But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
Ok, alors on bouge là, on fait quoi? On fait dodo? Non? D'accord. Conseil d'Eleonora, la carte. Ici Eleonora, l'aide des agents de Blade, tu peux maintenant utiliser la carte, celle-ci est accessible via ton terminal. Ouais, donc la pad, le pad c'est le préféré de la console. Elle contient une bonne information sur Mira. N'hésite pas à jeter un œil quand tu ne sais pas où aller ou quoi faire. Et ok, alors nous on va aller sur la... attendez, oh là là. Alors nous, notre mission, c'est d'aller vers la porte. Aller à l'endroit indiqué dans la plaine de la porte Est. Ah ok, donc en pleine nuit, nous, on va carrément dehors. Ok. Il y a des voitures, les mechas, enfin l'ordre de mechas je pense. Allez. Ok, donc je vois bien sur la carte, en plus il pleut, ça va pas être bon. On va pas s'attaquer à eux. Ok, cinématique.
What the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
Unless...
Unless... what?
This is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Senicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Senicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Senicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Senicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep, and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid.
Proposer de tuer le tyran ou demander ce qu'est un tyran. Oui, parce que vu qu'il est plutôt amnésique, on va plutôt lui demander ce que c'est qu'un tyran, n'est-ce pas?
The tyrant designation is given to creatures that pose a special threat in the area. That doesn't always mean raw strength. Some tyrants will actually register as low rank when you find them out in the field and engage them in combat.
But don't let that fool you. If a creature shows up as a tyrant, you can be sure it's got at least one nasty trait or ability to speak of. The system can't account for everything, though, so don't let your guard down, no matter what rank it assigns. Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
Dire qu'à 3, vous pouvez y arriver. S'unir.
Well, alright. I'm game if you are. Count me in, Elma. Let's do this. If we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. We can't just keep running forever, you know? Besides, I'd never forgive myself if someone else ended up getting hurt because we just left it here.
Alright. Let's do it. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Bon, bah, on va attaquer alors. Chapitre 2 en cours, donc deuxième partie de ce chapitre 2. Conseil de Lynn. Engager le combat avec un tyran n'est pas chose facile, il est nécessaire de bien s'équiper avant de commencer. Vérifie donc ton équipement, fais en sorte que les arts soient également prêts, d'accord, c'est le premier pas vers la maîtrise du combat. Vérifie l'équipement, menu principal, équipement de terrain. Renforcer les arts, menu principal, ok. Ah, attends. Ok, donc c'est lui qu'il faut battre.
We have no choice but to fight.
We should weaken them just to be safe.
Shadow Strike! Sliding Slinger!
Ah, je sais.
Sliding Ice! Move in and do some damage. Shadow Strike!
Fire,
Bon, tirer ses pieds sur ses pattes. Oh putain, bon voilà. Retournez. Ok, mais vraiment touché blaireau, donc premier fail de la vidéo. Ah, j'adore la musique de ce jeu. Ah merde, faut tout reprendre. Parce que si il fait jour. Ah, il fait jour mais il repleut, d'accord. Ah, il faut mettre une sonde.
We've been spotted, and it's big.
Fire carnival! Shadow strike! West lightning slinger!
That's it. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
That's what I need.
West lightning slinger!
Shadow strike. Off balance. It's tough. Touch me up. Upper hand.
West lightning slinger! Fire carnival!
Scream edge. We're up against a big target. Buff up now. Off balance. Shadow strike.
Thanks for the backup.
That put a dent in him. Move in and keep the rhythm going. I have to stay in this. Help me.
Leave this to me!
Upper
This
hand.
is nothing.
Wild jam! Wild fist!
I'm not gonna make it.
Flame close!
I owe
That's
you
what
one.
I need.
Wild jam!
Ah, on l'a eu quand même. Oh, coup de
We
bol.
are awesome!
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long,
On
there's
a
no
eu de la
telling
chance,
when
hein,
their
quand même.
playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
On accepte.
Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
Ouais, partons. On a terminé le chapitre de... Enfin non, on n'a pas terminé, il nous reste encore un petit chapitre, donc il faut aller voir le général Nagi. Alors, conseil de là-haut, installer l'installation de sonde. Je suis là-haut, un pass fixer, si on veut attendre... Alors, si on veut étendre Frontier Nav, il faut qu'on installe plus de sondes. Pour cela, il faut se l'approcher d'un emplacement pour sonde et appuyer sur le bouton A. Il faudra que la compétence en mécanique soit assez élevée. Alors, améliore-la. Ok. Conseil d'Elma. Combat contre les ennemis massifs. Il ne te reste plus qu'à faire ton rapport. Mais avant, je vais te dire un secret. Il faut mieux t'attaquer à une bête de cette taille avec un scale. Neutraliser un tel ennemi à pied, surtout un tyran, est assez risqué. Alors fais attention à l'avenir, ok. Faire un rapport, donc du coup, bah il faut rentrer. Et vu qu'on va rentrer, eh ben, on va rentrer comme ça tranquille et puis on arrêtera cette vidéo, bien entendu. Juste après être arrivé. Là, comment je cours. On dirait un ninja. On va faire le petit rapport et puis je vous laisserai là-dessus, bien entendu. Ah, on peut pas passer par là. Ah, ok, voilà, on est en train de se faire bloquer carrément le truc. Ah, les musiques sont géniaux quand même. Voilà. On va faire notre petit rapport. Ouais, d'accord. Ah, le général, c'est son... Et là, on peut pas y aller là, quoi, là. Ah, à moins que c'est en haut, en haut, en haut, en haut. Ah, on y est, c'est bon.
Commander Vandam.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less. That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
Voilà, mission principale terminée. On a terminé le chapitre 2. Ok, on va sauvegarder là.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked him to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the Rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
Demander des informations sur les missions ou se renseigner, demander les détails sur les divisions.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, Interceptors. You met Akalov and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen? This is their division. Interceptors have one main duty. Protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads. They escort VIPs around, And they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigene that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out. Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigens.
Next? All right, prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, Outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the Mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to Mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators. It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person. Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator. But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigens, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
Dire que vous voulez choisir une division, demander à ce qu'on vous explique les divisions de nouveau. Non, on va choisir.
Yeah, and? We're on pins and needles here.
Choisir votre division, on va confirmer. Alors, on fait quoi? J'ai envie d'être médiateur pour commencer.
Then it's settled?
On confirme.
All right. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a Blade.
Congrats, and welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
Ouais.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe.
Petit. On va faire une pause là parce que ça fait déjà pas mal de minutes que je tourne cette vidéo. On va en rester là pour cette fois-ci. J'espère qu'elle vous aura plu. N'oubliez pas de mettre un petit pouce bleu, de vous abonner à la chaîne. Je vais tourner un autre tout de suite, juste après, en vous laissant la cinématique, bien entendu, vu que c'est la mission. N'oubliez pas de mettre un petit pouce bleu, de vous abonner à la chaîne, de mettre un petit commentaire. C'était Fabien, on se retrouve très prochainement pour la suite de Xenoblade Chronicles sur la vidéo. Tout de suite, c'est l'outro, c'est les gens. Ciao, bye.